Hello children, welcome to my class. Children, we are doing the chapter The Sound of Music Part 2 and the name of the Part 2 is The Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. In my previous class, children, I had given you introduction about the chapter about Bismillah Khan and how Shehnai was introduced and message and theme of the chapter. Today I will be giving you explanation, paragraph wise explanation I will be doing. Let's begin the chapter, children. Paragraph 1. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Pungi became the generic name for reeled noisemakers. So we are talking about the time when Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, all of you must have heard his name, there in his court an instrument called pungi used to be played, and he actually did not like the sound of the pungi because it has a very shrill sound. So he said that because of that he wanted to ban this instrument. Few had thought it would one day be revived. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than the pungi and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. So what did nobody could understand, or nobody could have ever thought that this pungi, which was being banned by Aurangzeb, could be revived. So what happened? A barber, though professionally he was a barber, but he belonged to a musical family. What did he do? He took a stem like a bamboo with a hollow stem, and there he made 6 to 7 holes, and then he started playing that by closing those holes, and that produced very pleasant sound. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. He played the instrument before royalty and everyone was impressed. The instrument, so different from the pungi, had to be given a new name. So what happened? He closed and opened those holes, and while blowing, while whistling, that produced very beautiful note, very beautiful music. So he went to the court again, and then he played that music once again, played that instrument, and it was very beautiful sound. So everybody appreciated that. Everybody was impressed by the sound. Now then, that new instrument had to be given a new name. So he said, what name can be given? Is to the instrument so different from pungi had to be given a new name. As the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah's chamber and was played by a Nai barber, the instrument was named the Shehnai. So how the name Shehnai derived? It was said that as that pungi was revived by whom? By a Nai, that means a barber, and as it was played in the court of Aurangzeb, that means a Shah in Hindi. So the name they have combined together, Shah and Nai, and then it became Shehnai. So the new instrument, revived instrument, is called as Shehnai. The sound of Shehnai began to be considered auspicious, and for this reason it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of North Indian wedding. So what happened? The revived instrument, Shehnai, is an revived instrument from pungi. The sound, the tone, and the music is so auspicious, so beautiful, so heart-soothing. So it has been considered as the auspicious one. As it is so auspicious, so it has been used. Since then, it is being used in the temples, and also it is an integral part of any North Indian wedding. In the past, the Shehnai was part of the Naubat, or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal court. So 9 instruments, it is not that it was also be used in the Naubat, and it was 9 ensemble, means there were 9 instruments to be played in Aurangzeb's court, in the Mughal court. So it was one of them. Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Okay, but before that, what happened? It was only played in this instrument was played by different people, and it was used only for what? For playing in the temples and for in the weddings, because it is considered as an auspicious instrument. But the recognition that has been given to this instrument as a classical instrument, this credit goes to whom? It goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. He is the one who had brought this instrument onto the stage as an classical instrument. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played Gilli Danda near a pond in the ancient estate of Dumrao in Bihar. He would regularly go to the nearby Bihariji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg, a prize given by the local Maharaja. So children, instruments named Shehnai, it was brought to the stage as an classical instrument by Ustad Bismillah Khan. Now, who is Ustad Bismillah Khan? Let us know about him. Let us know about his birth, about his childhood days. Let us know. So, he's saying that when he actually belonged to which place, do you know? We should be proud that he belongs to Bihar. He belongs to Dumrao, a very popular place, because of whom this place has become popular. And saying that when he was a little boy, 5-year-old boy, he used to play Gilli Danda. Gilli Danda is a game. So he used to play near the pond and in the ancient estate in Dumrao. He would regularly go to nearby Bihariji temple to sing Bhojpuri Chaita. It's a kind of a song. It's a bhajan kind of a song, holy song. He used to go there along with his parents to a temple called Bihariji temple, and there he used to sing that. And after the program, or after he completed his song, the Maharaja of that place is to give him very big laddu. That was actually his attraction, that fascinates him. That was his attraction, to get that laddu as a reward after his song. So 1.25 kg such big laddu is to be given by the Maharaja to this little boy Bismillah Khan. He was only 5 years then. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy has travelled far to earn the highest civilian awards in India, the Bharat Ratna. So what? That little boy who was attracted towards that 1.25 kg laddu is to sing Chaita, Bhojpuri Chaita in a Bihariji temple. Since then, he travelled 80 years and he received what? The highest civilian awards of India. And what is this? That is Bharat Ratna. So he is known as Bharat Ratna Ustad Bismillah Khan. Born on 21st March 1916, Bismillah belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. Okay, where was Bismillah Khan born? He was born in Bihar, as I said, in Dumrao. And which date? On 21st March 1916. Just few days back, means in the last month only, children, 21st March, we had celebrated his birthday. And he belonged to a musician's family, a family where most of the people from that family, most of the members of that family belonged to music. They used to play musical instrument. His grandfather Rasul Bakhsh Khan was the Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpuri king's court. So who was he? His grandfather, what was his name? Rasul Bakhsh Khan. He used to play Shehnai in the court of Bhojpur king, and he was conferred the title of Shehnai Nawaz. It's a very big title, children. He was given this title. Why? He was super good. He was excellent in his work. He was extremely skilled in playing Shehnai. And his father, Bismillah Khan's father, Paigambar, his father Paigambar Baksh, and other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. So you see, not only his grandfather, Bismillah Khan's father, his other paternal uncles, they were all into music. Not only his grandfather played Shehnai, but his father Paigambar Baksh also played Shehnai, and his other paternal uncles also played Shehnai. So children, you see, he by birth he had inherited music. He heard when he was growing, right from her baby days, infant days, from her childhood days, he heard what? He heard that auspicious sound of Shehnai. So automatically his interest grew towards that. He started loving music, he started loving Shehnai, and started from his birth only, seems that he started learning and started loving Shehnai. Children, let me give you a little bit of notes on Bismillah Khan's birth and parents. Bismillah Khan was born on 21st March 1916 in a well-known Bihar family of musicians. His family lived in Dumrao, Bihar. Rasul Baksh Khan was his grandfather and the Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur king's court. His father, Paigambar Baksh, and other ancestors were great Shehnai players. So children, I hope you have understood the portion that I have explained today. In my next class, I will continue with the explanation of rest of the chapters, and I will also give you some more notes.